No one can be enlightened. Unmani answers a participant's question.
Well, I've never really been interested in enlightenment. I've never, it's never been a concept or a label that I kind of bothered with, really. I wouldn't know whether I'm enlightened or not. I don't even really care. Um, it's for me, it's always been about the truth. What is true? What is true? What is true? And what is true is that there's no one in here or there, um, and and so who could be enlightened? You know, so I don't even really get what that word means. Um, but in any case, yes, this game, like what you were sharing about how on the spiritual path, in the spiritual world, people are comparing, who's more or less enlightened. Um, I mean, this whole focus on the other being more or less enlightened um, is a bit silly, really, because when you're on the spiritual path, the main focus needs to be yourself, right? And what is true for you, and what resonates with you, what is true in your present experience, and standing in that authority to know what is true. And then whether other people experience more or less enlightenment or presence or whatever we call it, is irrelevant. It's about you, and it's about whether you resonate with them or not. So when I've been to teachers in the past, I was never interested in whether they were enlightened or not. I was interested in, do I resonate with the message? Do I resonate with the flavor, with the energy? How does it touch me? How does it come in? What happens here? And if there's a resonance, then I follow that, and nothing else matters. I think that the more we focus on the other, or whether a teacher is more or less enlightened, it just becomes a perfect way to avoid confronting what is here. When we put a teacher up on a pedestal and say, well, they're so enlightened, it enables us to stay small and say, well, I'm not there yet, they're enlightened, I'm not. Or we then do the other way around. We say, oh, they're not enlightened at all, they're full of nonsense, they don't know what they're talking about, and we put ourselves up. And this is just the play of separation, right? So this is why I say it's got nothing to do with the other. It's only to do with the present, what's happening here. And then we meet the so-called other as an aspect of ourselves, in ourselves. What, even right now, as I meet you in this experience, I'm meeting you and how you play out in me. The flavor of this Margot character, the energy of her, how she's experienced here. And it's never about you and what state are you in? Because you're not outside of who I am.
Yeah, and you're not outside of who I am.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if we want to label that enlightenment, well, great, but that seems to just add some kind of extra label on top of things, whereas actually it's all very simple.